towards the goal. Over zero, and Lachinio back on defense, but Markey takes a shot. Over zero with the clutch save. 14 seconds left. Mike Rule shoots. Over zero again, clearing away from his own half. Final 10 seconds of the game. Lachinio clears it around. Markey Duda cooks her. They're driving down. It's on the wall. Kronovi tries to put it over. Mike Rules drops it. Cookser takes the shot. It doesn't matter. iBuy Power are the RLCS champions.
Congratulations, iBuy Power Cosmic has taken flips on tactics for the second time so far.
When you look back at the journey of Kronovi and what Kronovi's legacy has been up to this point, you will still say that Kronovi is the greatest name in the game.
So basically when I first got into Rocket League, I didn't know any other quote-unquote pro players at the time besides Kronovi. And I always respected him because his playstyle is very unique, but he's always able to adapt every season to new metas or whatever it is.
My earliest experience with Kronovi was definitely watching him. He was the one that I was looking at for inspiration. His mechanical prowess, everything about the way he perceived the game was just on another level, and nobody else even came close to it at that time. Back in the day, the first time I ever played with Kronovi was actually in a draft tournament where he picked me, and I was a no-name, nobody knew who I was. First of all, I was amazed and honored because it was like Kronovi. Everybody looked up to him in the scene, and he was just the main rock and pillar that was holding up the community at the time.
And the thing I like about Kronovi is that he just perseveres. You know, he's a player that experienced huge success early on. He was the season 1 world champion. No one thought he was going to be able to do it, but he's a leader and he has such a good mentality. The longer time goes on, I would not be surprised to see them experience more success.
I mean, it's a big deal, right? The grudge match that's coming out, like, he was kicked from the team. It was not a good transition.
He made the team too. Like, he chose J-Naps and Rizzo.
This was his team. He raises the experience on Rogue's roster, but like twofold just by himself, right? I think he's a huge asset for Rogue. Is it enough to beat G2? I've got my faith in him. We'll see if it.
Now here's my.
One of the beautiful things about DreamHack is that we get so many World Championship matchups and rivalry matchups, and one of them is Kronovi versus his old team.
Playing with the Rogue boys instead of playing with the G2 boys is a little bit different. There's a lot more to learn, I think. I did start playing with J-Naps ages ago, and we added Rizzo, and we had been one of the longest standing rosters for quite a while. And to suddenly get kind of pushed into a different dynamic was a bit of an adjustment.
Rogue, you know, they had a rough off season and then even a rough RLCS season until the end, and then they started to pick it up. And now, gearing up, going full speed, they made it to day 2. They're gonna be going up against G2. And this is where questions about Kronovi really start to get answered. Was dropping Kronovi for Chicago a mistake, or was it the right call?
A lot of people maybe knew my name from Rival Series, but they thought I couldn't do it at the major level against the best teams in the world. There's definitely a lot of Kronovi fanboys out there that when you lose love to maybe tweet at you or put on Reddit something about how Kronovi could have scored that. It just kind of fuels the fire for me to become better and just kind of prove those Kronovi fanboys wrong.
Get things kicked off. Start off day number 2 of DreamHack Dallas. G2 in Rogue. Here's another one into the middle. Chicago can't handle it, and that will be 3 now for Rogue. G2 still the attack on. Rizzo's there. The shot goes through, and G2 in the lead lane. Keep things going. Double commit in the net. G2 with enough boost and positioning to get this one out. Here comes J-Naps with no boost. This one's gonna just drop off the crossbar. Rogue still alive, but scrambling on their own side. Big save from Kronovi, but they can't do it one more time. It's J-Naps coming through once again. Gut-wrenching for Rogue. Well done from Chicago to keep it high. Kronovi, you took your time, you made the right play, but finally too many people with too many opportunities, and G2 deliver the dagger.
The match versus G2, we really kept it close with them. I got a lot of open nets off of their passing plays, and a lot of that was just intuition. I've played with the guys for so long. I kind of have a feeling for when they're going to start a pass play. But they also played really well, and it was another really, really close set, the same as league play.
I'd say the one biggest improvement we need to make on our G2 matchup is definitely our patience. Definitely got caught out a lot, making mistakes because we rushed, we panicked a little bit, but definitely patience.
Our matches versus Rogue are always fun ones just because Kronovi's on the other team now. I think the difference between Chicago and Kronovi as teammates is Chicago is more willing to analyze himself and the team so we can become better individually or as a whole.
We knew what we needed to do. We knew we had to be aggressive to beat them. I don't know why we always go to game 5. It just makes it more stressful but entertaining, I guess. But yeah, we just had to make sure we were playing our game and not let their game get to us and play in the way they wanted to play.
I think DreamHack Dallas was overall a success for us. We took a lot of wins off of teams that we may have struggled with in the past, and I think we really showed a lot of potential, and we hope to carry that momentum into the World Championship.
I've definitely had my fair share of ups and downs. I've seen plenty of highs and lows, and I know what to do to keep a positive mental attitude and just forge through. Perseverance will never fail you, it will never disappoint you. No matter what happens, I am driven to compete. I'm not going to let anybody or anything stop me from trying my best to play at the highest level of competition. I'm never going to stop practicing because this is what I love to do. This is my dream.